Hello, good morning. I'm Malcolm Darnay, one of the team running Jubilee Storehouse, the Aberystwyth Food Bank. No doubt some of you have been wondering how we've been coping during the coronavirus pandemic. A quick answer isn't really sufficient, but I'll do my best. Food banks require many things to enable them to function, but there are four main needs. Firstly, we must have people who are in need. When we started the food bank in 2011, it wasn't certain that there was a need in the Aberystwyth area, but demand has increased year on year, and in 2019 we were issuing on average 19 food packs a week. But then coronavirus raised its ugly head, and the week before lockdown we issued 53 food packs. Since then we've been averaging about 30 a week, and our expectation is that demand will increase. Why? Well, remember that under normal circumstances, food banks are needed simply because people have no or little savings. Then when their income stops or falls, people quickly plunge into crisis and cannot afford to feed themselves and their families. The financial implications of coronavirus are currently unknown, but I think it's easy to predict they will be disastrous for many people. And as always, some people will fall through the cracks of government support and need the help of food banks. Jubilee Storehouse normally gets its clients through referrals from partner support agencies. Agencies such as the Woolwich, Citizens Advice, Social Services, and many others. But over the last few weeks, we've had people contacting us directly. And here's a lovely happy ending from a message left on our Facebook page by a lady called Jane. Hi, I am based in Birmingham, but my father is based in Aberystwyth. He is 70 this year, and I've been on the phone to him this week, and he hasn't got a single bit of food in since Saturday. No money, he has got no fridge or curtains. I have tried calling charities, and none of them have answered or got back to my voicemails. I can't think of anyone else to contact. I can't travel up there, so I don't know what to do. Is there any help at all? So we delivered a food pack to him, and later the team at St Mike's got him a fridge. The lady's response was, I would just like to say thank you so much for helping my dad. I thought he would go mad at me for asking for help, but he was so happy. Thank you so much. Secondly, food banks need volunteers. Many of our original team are over 70 or have underlying health issues, so we quickly realised there was a problem with many having to self-isolate. Fortunately, we did have some younger and fit team members, and we were also able to call on some St Mike's people who were unable to work as normal. Our current team is working singly or as couples to meet the government social distancing rules. We've also put in place procedures for meeting clients that keeps everyone safe. And anyone who's passed St Anne's recently can't have failed to spot the signage. Thirdly, food banks need food supplies. Our hearts sank during that period of panic buying because not only did donations plummet, but there wasn't anything on the shelves that we could buy. I'm glad to say that was a blip, and food supply is now improving. Also, some supermarkets have stepped up to the plate, with Morrison's providing £10 million of food to support food banks throughout the UK, and B&M stores have granted us £1,500 to purchase stock. Lastly, food banks need money to pay for the goods and services which enable us to operate. Our single biggest outlay is for fresh bread, milk and spread, which goes into every food pack. But we also buy items when donations fall short of demand. But we have always been well supported financially, and over the last few weeks money donations have been incredible. Many people have said they can't get out to donate food, but instead want to give financially. And this gives us real confidence that we can afford to buy food in the long term. So what's the upshot of all this? My conclusion is that God is good. He is bringing good out of this bad situation. And isn't that what He's always promised?